Welcome to this two-part episode of the Deep Dive, the Pinoy Parent Conversations. I am Eric Cruz, and join me and our guests as we talk about what holds them back from living and loving 100% in this episode entitled Wholehearted. Hello, and so welcome to the Pinoy Parent Conversations. Are we ready for a deep dive?
Yeah.
Yes. Okay, and so let's go into it. All right, first question for you guys. Before you actually became parents, what was your idea of parenting? Either conceptually or what you saw in your own parents? Did you even consider becoming parents? So maybe you can start with Nico and Terry. College sweethearts. Okay, you fell in love at a really young age. And did you even think of becoming parents? What was your idea of being a parent?
It's definitely something we talked about, but not something we thought would happen so soon after we got married. Like, we thought we'd have more time to spend with each other alone without children first, but they came pretty quickly.
Yeah, nung naliligaw, hindi pa nga naliligaw eh, nag-quiz na ako. I told everyone I want to have 7 kids. Sabi sa akin ni Nico, parang kung ako lalaki, matuturn off ako. And now, he has 6 kids.
Yeah.
Up for another one? Is that it?
I'm still game.
Yeah, ako din.
Right? Yeah, it's just a long way, right? From how it started. Another, more or less, college sweethearts, tama ba? Ayan.
Sort of.
Sort of Jomar and Doc Gen. Ayan. So, as vets, mga celebrity vets natin. And so, may difference ba when you're practicing as a fur parent as opposed to really becoming a parent? Yung iba kasi napapractice, di ba? Uy, mag-alaga muna tayo ng pets. Okay, yes, practice. How does that look like for you?
Yung compassion and affection na we're giving to the pets. So it's almost same thing pero syempre higher notch with our kids kasi ako medyo my love language is physical touch. So mas affectionate ako. I want them na ma-feel yung hug parate. So yun yung mga love language ko na pinapass on ko din dun sa anak ko. Talagang in-embrace ko
we show that
every
we
day.
share that with our clients also. That's the reason why our kids also are crazy for pets.
Yeah. They're very affectionate din. Pagkadating nila sa house, hi, tapos ni-embrace nila.
So it really is a good practice.
Yes.
A notch higher lang.
Yeah.
And so, Mommy Jonty naman, like, a usual question would be, is there an Islamic way of raising children? And if there is, what would that be? How will that look like?
Actually, yes, there is. It's really embedded on Islamic teaching. So whatever it is in the Quran that teaches, that is being taught to Muslims, incorporated dun yung how to raise your children, how to be a good parent. It's all complete. Kasi Islam naman kasi is a way of life.
It's beautiful and it's not, I suppose, limited to Muslims. It's something that's universal. Yeah, thank you, Mommy Jonty. And now going to, Mommy Fatie and Daddy Jerry, ayan. Preschool teachers. Okay, so napag-aralan nyo na how to handle children. But is there really a difference once you become an actual parent and now being parents to a 1-year-old?
Actually, to answer the question on what background, kung may alam na kayo before. So theoretically, perhaps, we've learned this from school, how to understand children, how they develop. It's both the same and different also. So same because we get to see all of the theories that we've learned. Actually, ganun nga pala talaga paano umunlad ang bata. May effort kami to really somehow step back a little of what we know and really just savor the moment. Kasi alam namin, unique to experience na to.
And Daddy Jerry, you want to add anything?
Hindi na bago sa amin yung pag-aalaga ng bata since it's already a decade na nagtuturo kami tapos ina-apply na namin ngayon sa sarili naming anak. Before talagang sabi namin, paano kaya pag sariling anak na namin yung tuturuan na namin? Siguro yung pressure lang na, yun nga, na dahil meron kaming understanding, may background kami sa child development. Yun lang, andun siguro yung pressure na dapat ba perfect tayo sa pag-aalaga ng bata. Pero yun nga, sabi ko, na pag-uusapan namin na type of parent that we are ay present parent. Hindi kami masyadong, hindi na siguro sinasabing traditional, pero kinukonsider pa rin naman namin since hindi naman lahat ng tao nakakasalamuha ay sila ba ay nakakaintindi, naiintindihan ba kami bilang present parent.
Talaga iba-iba yung pressures, di ba, ng pinagdadaanan. Pero looking back, okay, first day, first kid, okay, how was that like? What was going on in your head? Okay, were you able to savor the moment or you were already concerned with certain things? Ganyan. Unahin natin yung mga daddies. Okay? Ayan, 17 years ago. Is that right? Yeah, a few years ago.
Our eldest daughter is 𝗵𝗃𝗀. And syempre, it was the happiest day of my life. She was really bubbly and super happy. And I was 31 years old then. And I was really ready for it. And kahit na mas puyat siya, I know. But I was ready to handle it, whatever is needed. And it's our first child and first apo in the family. It was really unbelievable. And the love and care that people share with me as I became a first-time dad was unbelievable. Having that moment of having your firstborn was really unbelievable.
Yeah. And ganoon din ba yun, Daddy Nico?
Well, for myself, I was not really ready at the time. I was 26, and Terry and I had been married for 9 months when we had our first baby, Andres. It's not something we had planned for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
We discussed it theoretically, like, okay, we'd love to have kids when we're older, but it just kind of came all of a sudden, and we had to deal with it right as our first baby arrived. So we kind of had to do a crash course in parenting right then.
Yeah. So something that is really the happiest moment of your life to something that is
Medyo nabulabog.
on the bulabog. Okay. For Daddy Jerry, it was also different in a way that you had everything. Got married, became boyfriend, girlfriends, got married, and had your baby during the pandemic. How difficult was that for you?
All I thought I was ready. Pero nung andyan na, nung manganganak na siya, hindi pala. Kasi parang feeling ko, yung confidence level ko before, sobrang taas na kayang-kaya ko mag-alaga ng bata. Pero during that time, parang, ay, sorry, hindi pala, Lord.
Yeah, and so, Mommy Fatie, natural ba ang pagiging mom? And I guess the same question for all the other moms.
I guess may ganong feel talaga na natural kasi there's a life waiting for you. And we're just very thankful na the way that the babies are also designed is parang very much willing sila to receive whatever we can give them. So ganun yung na-feel ko na it's so natural for you to give all of this because may ready naman na mag-receive nito regardless whether you're doing it correctly or not. Somehow, yung mga bata, they really are very adaptable to all of this. So, dun ako very grateful na marami ako naging previous experiences sa mga bata na ganoon sila. So, masaya silang kasamang matuto actually. Plus, ang mga baby sa mga bata, walang judgment yan. So, mali ba nilang mali yung kabit mo, okay lang yun.
Yeah, pero and di ba as you go along, iba-iba na rin yung challenge. So you also adjust, change, transform. Mommy Jonty, nung naging OFW, wife of an OFW ka, you had to adjust as well.
Yes.
What was the biggest challenge for you then?
The thing about that is parang I prepared for it. Because I'm a mom at 31. So parang I feel na sobra na akong handa. Pinaghandaan ko siya. Sabi ko, pwede kong i-apply dito lahat. Kasi I'm also registered nurse. Yun nga lang, nag-iba yung mga career ko. So sabi ko, magiging nurse talaga ako ng baby ko. Yung ganun. So napaka-idealistic ko. And it helped me probably because I'm in that moment in my life na I'm stable.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm really excited with everything, with the motherhood. Child is growing in me. And then I'm going to be a mother soon. And then boom, when I had my firstborn, yun pala, si husband overseas, yung gano'n. So parang doon na nag-trickle down yung challenges. So it's quite a different journey, but at the same time, parang doon ko na-apply lahat yung capture the moment. Parang I really want to embrace each and every moment that I had with my firstborn and being a first-time mom.
Yeah, thank you. And Mommy Jenny, ganun din ba? Did it come naturally for you? Or
Yes.
happiest moment para kay Daddy sa iyo?
Yes, happiest moment. Tsaka kasi since I'm also the youngest, so nakita ko na yung mga, yung lumaki yung mga pamangkin ko, paano yung mga parenting style ng mga kapatid ko. So, kinuha ko lang yung mga best practices na nakita ko, tapos in-apply ko.
Yan, secrets mamaya, secrets revealed. Yeah. Pero, Mommy Terry, ayan, 6 na anak. How does that look like?
I listen to them. They sound so happy. They sound like amazing mothers. When I had my first child, I had a hard time. It felt like drowning. And everyone was saying that motherhood is like the best thing that could ever happen to you. And that mothers are like superheroes and it transforms you. But when I was going through it, it was so hard. It felt like drowning every single day. And the feeling was, after you've given birth, you have not had time to rest. Your body is still in physical pain. And you have this child who is fully dependent on you. And no one else can care for that child but you. And the feeling that if you can't do it, you're gonna fail your child every single day. And that it's going to be like that for the rest of the life of this child. And you're worried that you can't be a good mother. And even if you went to college, you did things right, it's like being given a quiz that you didn't study for, you will not get the right answers for. And I had a really hard time with breastfeeding. I think I went through postpartum depression.
I just want to honor that because a lot of times what we see on social media, in magazines, it's like it's all nice, all light and fun, amazing, picture perfect, right? But and maybe wala pa kasing Pinoy parent conversations then, right? Where we can really freely talk about the realities of being a parent. It's not always nice and easy, right? And I guess this is very important. There are people out there, parents, Pinoy parents, who probably experience the same thing. And they're questioning themselves, am I a bad parent for feeling like this? Diba? And I'm sure each one of us, you guys, as parents, experience something really difficult. What was the most difficult you've encountered as a parent? Doon tayo muna sa 16, 17 years. What was the most difficult? Or pahirap ba ng pahirap yan?
The most difficult thing for me right now was our youngest. Because our youngest was special. He was like diagnosed with ADHD. So we didn't know what to do. When Jeric, my youngest, was 1 year old, he always cries and we don't know how to stop, make him stop.
Sa party, nagwawala.
Oh my God. And when he cries, he pulls the hair of his mom. And she looks at me, asking why he's doing that, and I don't have an answer. So we don't know what to do. And it's a good thing our road to that is really
na-surpass namin.
Challenging. And now he's already 12 years old.
Yeah.
He went to a normal big school already, and continuously we try to keep up with that challenge. And I'm proud that we stuck it out together.
Because this is really what this is all about. Deep dive Pinoy parent conversations. Because walang mold for a parent. What does it mean to be a good Pinoy parent? And that's why these conversations are important for us. Because it's real. It's authentic. And we hope that everyone else, just like you guys, the people watching us now, that they find a safe space here to talk about what really matters to them, how it feels like for them to be a parent. Maraming pinagdaanan, and with all the uncertainties of the world, I'm sure there's still fears. But what will it take, right, for you to wake up another day and say, okay, I'm gonna do better this time, and wholeheartedly, with much courage, say, okay, I will do this for my children. I'm sure you have something in there that you can share to our viewers, and that's up for the next part of this episode. And so we're gonna pause the conversation a bit here, and we'll see our viewers for the next part of this episode. Thank you for watching part 1 of this episode entitled Wholehearted. My conversations with our guests today made me realize that there are no shallow or more important fears. They're all invitations for us to take a look at how else we can express our love better. So how else can we live and love more courageously? So join us again in the next part here at the Deep Dive, the Pinoy Parent Conversations.